I'm saying.
Combustion.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Been running the game with my team making plays. Talking 80, my G's, 100 jewels in this place. Surrounded by dogs, keep the quarterback safe. I'm the one with the plans, they gon' do what I say. The game is not over, we don't celebrate. In the end zone, we don't got no time in the wait. Ain't tryna run down, we don't premeditate. We just go and get to it, we got them on skates. If the game going to overtime, kicking the overdrive, we gon' be first at the finish line. Play looking full, but I finish mine. Can I get second? We gon' line up like it's dinner time. We put in work till we get us a ring. Super Bowl season, we running the scene. Ain't tryna home of the realest that breathe. Keep your face down when you talk to the king.
Yo, what up, y'all? This is your boy AD. We got my co-hosts in the building. We got Clayton and Jules in the building on this wonderful Sunday evening. How's everybody doing on this wonderful Sunday?
Man, we're doing great.
Recover, man. Eventful July 4th weekend. So we all right, man.
Shout out to the people that celebrate July 4th. Shout out Daniel Berry Sports for jumping in early with us.
Hey, what's that, man?
Shout out to those that are watching the World Cup and enjoying the World Cup so far. The USA got some great news that the star player, that red card is being revoked or reversed or however. Suspended. So he's going to be allowed to play on tomorrow night. So y'all go ahead and make sure y'all tune in for the USA and hopefully in their quest to make it into the semifinals of the World Cup.
Real quick, what do you think about how he got that suspended? Do you know the background to why he got suspended?
It was a BS call that got him the red card, and then I don't believe the story about the White House putting in a call. I don't believe all that. So
what out of all the things? Okay, hey.
Oh, I believe it.
I'm about to say, out of all the things,
yeah,
that's the one.
If they win and Trump made a phone call, you don't think it's gonna be about because I made the phone call is why the USA team won this? Yo, yeah, I believe it.
I'm just saying, out of all the things we've seen so far, I would believe. AD, I agree. I don't know yet for sure. I would believe it though if the story was like, yeah, he just made a phone call. Hey, review that again. Look, it's the world stage, man. This is USA potentially making history.
First of all, it was already supposed to be reviewed. True, it was already supposed to be rescinded. Like all of these things were supposed to be. It's already put in place in the FIFA rules anyway. And for whatever reason, FIFA was trying to sit on their hands or whatever behind it. So I don't know. I know it was a lot of uproar behind it. It was a lot of scrutiny. A lot of conversation behind it, because they thought they were USA was about to get done like the Houston Rockets did in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals against the Golden State Warriors when what's his name? I forgot the referee that was in his bag.
Oh, Scott
Foster. Scott Foster was in his bag, man. So
the extender.
Yeah, man.
Hey, all I know is that FIFA gave Donald Trump a trophy.
They gave him a trophy?
Yeah, they did. They honored him before.
Oh, that's bold. So basically, you're saying now USA is going to go on a run.
I'm just saying, for FIFA's first time they ever gave a president of a country some type of what do you call it thing that he's mad that Obama got a couple years ago, Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah, something on the level of Nobel Peace Prize.
So something that he probably will never get.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if he didn't make a phone call.
What up, Dorsey? But yeah, man, look, that's neither here nor there. We don't want to get into it. I know that Mexico is playing right now.
Brazil lost.
Brazil did lose.
I know Brazil fans, like, they have great fans, man.
See,
Congo almost pulled up an upset.
Yeah, you were about the wrong thing about the Brazil fans.
Against England.
The males in America are mad. The Brazil women are gone now.
Yeah, but Copa, what is the country?
Cape Verde.
Oh,
I know they were sick.
I was sick about that too. Man, they
Hey, Messi the GOAT. Messi the GOAT.
No, those women in Cape Verde kind of starting to put Brazil women to shame.
Oh yeah,
Listen, we focus on what's most important is these sports right here.
Yeah, we
USA, USA,
look,
USA.
man, we all
Well,
married and been married. It's you can look and don't touch.
right.
As long as
USA.
you look and don't touch, you should be just fine. Now,
Just
if
got
your
to
wife,
watch.
your
Just
wife,
got to watching. Why not get married? See.
you need to reevaluate your marriage, sir. You need to go back in the drawing board.
All right, Mike. All right, Mike.
Well, we're here to talk about the Houston Texans. Let's
All right,
go
man.
and get this
Yeah.
cracking because we have a couple
Oh yeah, come on.
Couple,
stunts.
yeah,
We
Yeah,
talk
come on.
about these
Yeah,
couple of
yeah.
takes that our host is making.
yeah,
Come on.
you know. You know, it's that time that we need to go ahead and put our co-host Clayton Anderson on trial for the blasphemous things that he's been saying. You know, over the past few weeks, see, that's the problem when we let him off the leash. He's like those wild dogs that go around the town and start hunching everything, and so you get bad outcomes.
Hold on, Judge. Objection. Speculation. Speculation. Harassing the witness.
You know,
it's harassment. Contempt of court.
No. So we'll start. You know, we'll play that first video. Go ahead and load it up, Clayton.
All right.
Is this the one that'll get everybody talking?
Talking about the Marlon Klein
Marlon
video.
Klein. I held him accountable that day, but again, he went back and he doubled down.
Hold on. There you go. Sorry.
I held him accountable and he just went back and doubled down on Marlon Klein. I just don't understand. Marlon Klein, he put out a 53-man pre-53 with the offensive, roster, and he didn't have Marlon Klein on it. And his explanation was, I just don't know Marlon Klein. Even though the Texans drafted him in the second round, because Clayton didn't know him, he didn't want to put him on the roster. So go ahead and, play your video.
Gladly. We'll talk about it. Gladly. Let's
so
talk about
freaking
it.
high, right? That's
what
gets me with Marlon is that they just picked him so freaking high, right? That's really my thing. If he was picked like 5th round, 6th round, okay, developmental tight end, no problem. It's because you picked Marlon Klein at a time where you still had Anthony Hill, you still had a few other, more name brand players on the board to take at positions of need, you could say. And you get this 6'6" guy who was German, I think. So, you get this 6'6" guy with seemingly a lot of untapped potential. Did not get much run at Michigan if you look at the stats. He did not light the world on fire. He does have a ring, but it's not because he carried the team to a ring. Like, he just has one. So you're talking about a guy who did not explode in college, didn't even pop in college, but his skill set, he's tall, he can be a seam threat, down the middle of the field. He's an inline blocker, so he kind of fits more of the scheme fit in the mold of who they want to be on the offensive side of the ball. And he might have some sneaky potential, but that's not what you want to hear as a Texans fan, where we're trying to win the Super Bowl and you want playmakers 1 through 11 on the field at all times. And you have this guy, Marlon Klein, who didn't even show much in college, right?
Okay.
So, sir,
it's some solid points he made.
It's some, but those weren't the points he made on the H-Town rundown. These are revised points that he made after AD got a hold to Clayton in the moment of him not putting freaking Marlon Klein on the 53-man roster. So his original thoughts were, if we can run the tape back, his original thoughts were, because I don't know Marlon Klein, I didn't know of Marlon Klein, I'm not going to put Marlon Klein on the 53-man roster. That was the original thoughts of Clayton Anderson. All of this new perspective of what they plan to do, all that came from AD. That the Texans wanted a blocking tight end. They drafted a blocking tight end. And we can run the tape back on that previous episode of the H-Town Rundown. It's all there in video proof.
Oh.
So let's go and let's go ahead and talk about it. Jules, do you have any questions for the witness on the stand?
At this point, you to say he's not going to be a 53 is kind of absurd. As you said, they drafted him very high. They saw potential more than anybody else saw potential in this guy. And if you don't put him on your roster, then you put him on a practice squad. If he has any ability that there are people are saying that other teams were looking at him to draft him maybe in late third round. If you put this guy on a practice squad, he will be taken from you. So then you're just wasting your draft pick. And I understand how we feel about the draft pick at the time of the draft, how we felt about Martin Klein at the time. It would be even a bigger mistake to put this man at risk that you thought so highly to be drafted at your second round pick, to lose him on your practice squad would be even a make the pick even worse. So I'm not saying he's gonna make it because he's a great athlete. I'm not saying he's gonna be a star player. I'm not gonna say he's all the situation. He is a Texan, but you're gonna have to put this man in 53 because you cannot risk losing a second round pick on your practice squad.
Any rebuttal, Clayton?
I got a bunch. I was just trying to allow my fellow gentleman here to respectfully conclude, sir. That's what happens. When you have manners, you let someone speak. So, okay. If it may please the court, gentlemen, let me explain. First of all, I came with receipts. Courtroom, I played a video of what I said. This gentleman, Arthur Dunn, in the courtroom, he speculatively brought up this hypothetical, theoretical wording of mine to defame my character, to hurt my credibility with the court. And I vehemently disagree with this, sir. And I'm disgusted that after we celebrated Juneteenth, that you would dare come to me with such accusation. Anyway, to my point. So when you're making mock projections, right, let's just start there, right? The whole point of my first one was to purposefully do this, slide this, leave that out, omit this, because the second version was always meant to be a fan-driven, hey, what do you guys think? And I got a bunch of responses, including my friend Arthur Dunn here, right? He responded, said what he had to say in the notifications. I saw it, being cool. And shortly afterwards, I sent out an updated projected 53-man roster. Now, as far as the allegations of this first one, right? And I wish I had it on hand just to flip it on for you. Let me go back because see, Brandon said he said himself, I may not be putting Marlon on the 53, but I'm sure it's like not putting Stover on the 53. So, sir, to your point, I had neither one of them on the first version, right? So right there, we already see eye to eye, right? So the second point about Marlon Klein, sir, there's a such thing as pup. There's such thing as, the IR. If, we did see that the man had a hammy. We don't know, how healthy he's going to be. So there could be that. But as far as the premise of there is no way that a second rounder could be picked over by this person, that person, preface, sir, in courtrooms, you have to establish precedent, right? That's the whole key. There was a quarterback by the name of Russell Wilson. I don't know if you heard of him, but former Badger, now TV analyst, right? See, drafted in 2012, I believe. Yes. But see, to the Seattle Seahawks, who just before that signed a Matthew Flynn, I believe, to a sizable contract. But you know what they did? They said, this rookie right here, yeah, we gave a sizable contract to Matt Flynn back here, but this rookie, he looks pretty good. We're going to play him, right? Now, it may sound like reverse, but no. My premise is investment is secondary to who's the best on the field, right? And my take with the first version, simply with Marlon Klein, he was hurt, limited visibility in college. He projects to be a project tight end, right? Now, I could be wrong. I would be happy to be wrong. But me trying to be objective, maybe a little bit harsh, I said, okay, let me just leave him off here. We don't know. We haven't even seen him practice yet. And then later on, sure, we know how depth charts work. They happen all the time. Either they post names in certain number order that flip-flop all the time, or a guy is not on one, then he's on the second one. It's all hypothetical anyway. But yes, if you want to get down to the nitty-gritty courtroom, if it comes down to it, yes, if Marlon Klein happens to be a bust in training camp, whatever the case may be, you can find a way to. I'm just saying hypothetical. I'm not saying he will.
How can you be a bust in training camp?
I'm just saying, right? if he happens to not pan out like they want to, and they're in this Super Bowl window where, like I said in my point that Jules eloquently said, I made some solid points. Don't throw the whole baby out. I did say
my biggest thing was, as a Texans fan, you just don't want to hear that, right? Like, you don't want to do all this mental gymnastics to make a Marlon Klein work in theory when you want, oh, that's funny, when you want the best 11 guys on the field all the time. That's really was my premise. So if it comes down to it, my belief is round designation doesn't matter more than who's the best on the field. That doesn't mean you got to put him on the practice squad to have him taken. But if that hamstring is a little bit slow to recover, you can stash him some kind of way and you'd be fine. But I'm not going to entertain a scenario where there's no such thing as a second rounder probably not making the 53 or getting looked over, not by Cade Stover, bars, but by some other option. But again, if you want the honest truth, my whole thing was from the jump. I didn't necessarily, and if I said it this way, I misspoke. It's not just because I didn't hear about him that I'm kind of skeptical on Marlon Klein. It's the fact that out of all the different scenarios you could have went to for like a more surefire tight end, if you're going to get one, you just went with the 6'6" guy to Germany. So it can work out. I would love for it to for the Texans, but I'm not going to sit there and act like, oh, because he's a second rounder, he's guaranteed a spot. We don't know. That doesn't mean it's going to get good. That don't mean he's going to get good either.
Let me say one thing. I need people to stop saying this cat is from Germany like he came over last year. This cat, this is I don't know who favorite's gonna be towards the situation, but this cat's been in America since he was 15. He's played at least 4 years. Played, practiced, was there in Michigan for 4 years. We got to stop acting like this. He's an immigrant that just got here and got 1 year of fame.
How can be an immigrant?
Look, Clayton looked like he about to try to call ice on him.
Yeah, I just think I need Texas fans to stop using that as a, oh well, this is why they draft him. Oh, because he's just not. No, he's been in America for a long time. He's a football player. Let's just get that straight.
Look,
yeah, I agree.
Let me and me and Jules have had this conversation offline. The lack of production conversation has to stop as well. Michigan does not have highly productive tight ends, period. Even Colston Loveland, who's a top 10 pick, by the way, did not have amazing numbers coming out of college at Michigan. He had touchdown numbers, but he did not have yards. He did not produce. Me and Jules talked about it, where he did not have a lot of yards coming out of Michigan, because Michigan in its offense is a run-based offense, and you don't see a lot of receiving yards from wide receivers, tight ends, period. And this past year, they had possibly the worst passing offense in the Big Ten and one of the worst passing offenses in college football, period. Because you're starting a true freshman quarterback in an offense that didn't produce passing, that was run-based. So again, these numbers are subjective. These numbers are deceiving. Look at the talent that he has and what he potentially can do. So don't go ahead
on that point, because I don't care which way I go. On that point, how do you evaluate that cat to be a second round pick when you don't have enough tape to say so?
I mean, it was a lot of second round picks that didn't have tape. It was tight ends that didn't have much tape at all.
They had more tape than Klein. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. No. We're not. You can't do that. You can't say, well, because Michigan didn't a head coach who didn't last season. He didn't have much production here. He barely played here. Nah, this is a prime spot that you drafted, and you don't have enough draft tape on this man to say, besides his size and his speed, you can say he was worth that high of a pick. You can't have both ways.
Now, AD, I will add on to that. In my video that you had me play under duress, by the way, right? That's a felony. But in my video, I even went further and said inline blocker, seam threat. I gave him all the credit of what they could be looking for. I gave him credit and said, hey, if you just look at the tangibles and the physical skill, the tools, like, heck yeah. And you're hoping he turns out, because that's a red zone threat immediately. That's a third down threat. That's a guy who you can really use. It's just, is he the guy at second round, 59 overall?
and I won't say the guy who I could say, but there are
Please
just
don't.
other. No, we're not gonna do that. We'll
Please
say
don't.
that for another time. But it's just at that position, and like I said, from the average Texans fans perspective, okay, that's just all this explaining and contextualizing is just not the first thing you want to hear in a Super Bowl window where we're talking about Dalton Schultz. You're talking about Cade Stover. You're talking about Brevin Jordan. This team has yet to, besides Dalton Schultz, much respect to him, had a career season with Nick Caley, tight end coach, right? Tight ends guy background, right? So happy for him. But holistically, a franchise who has yet to really have that super elite tight end or tight end presence at the position. We had a bunch of could-be's. We had Owen Daniels, the GOAT, at the position. Dalton Schultz is the second best, and who might, if he's here long enough, might finish as the best overall. I don't know. But again, in this window, all this context, you want as many surefire bets as you can get, and not a gamble where as soon as they select him, you're like, who? And that by itself, that who does not by itself invalidate what he could be. I would love to be wrong, and I would hope that he's the Brock Purdy of tight ends. I do. But as it currently stands, that's all I'm saying.
Well, you can't per se that he's gonna be on pup list and that to make your point to win your point.
I was getting to that. I was getting to that because you're talking about a hamstring injury. At that time, you're talking about early June and end of May.
Right.
What hamstring injury in May prevents anybody from playing the game of football for half a season?
I agree. Half a season. What?
So my point is, barring injury that you're
and you're banking on him being
injured because you said you can put on pup list.
I said could.
He could, but that's the only logical
practice squad.
That is the only logical way that you can hide this player and not put him on the practice squad. That is the only way. He has to be injured, and he has to be officially injured. Because
it can't be a fake injury,
because you go into the PA, you get people to investigate for situations, all that, trying to hide players. So
I agree.
Barring this extraordinary situation, if he's healthy, I don't care if he don't catch any balls. I don't care if he'll have no runs. I don't care if he old lays on 6 blocks. He is going to be on the 53 because you cannot afford to have your guy that you took a second round pick to be in the practice squad, and if he has any kind of talent, projected who teams need even more tight end talent is going to pluck him.
So, Brandon is cooking. He says still better than Todd Simpson.
I say this as well, and we talked about it in that moment, which made you revise it. What happened to the Texans and the Patriots game in the playoffs? They had they had half a tight end.
Really a third, honestly. Really a third.
So why wouldn't they have? And your point was, I don't see them having more than 3 tight ends on the roster. Why not? Why not? Why wouldn't they have more than 3 tight ends? Why wouldn't they have more than 3 tight ends on the roster?
Oh yeah, and I could say and we had the math conversation. We did. You introduced me to the math from last year, and I said, okay, cool. And when you get new information, it opens you up to new realities. Cool.
I'm still basing on your original thought.
Thank you. Exactly. See, you don't believe in growth. You don't believe in organic growth of thought.
I don't believe in growth, and you don't believe in Marlon Klein's growth.
No, I didn't say that. I said there's a bunch of context. I said there's a bunch of context. A bunch of things to consider.
You just sat up here and said that he was going to be a bust in training camp.
Jules,
in a few weeks.
Let me make sure. Judge, objection. What is it? Speculation.
No, you just sat up here and said he was going to be a bust.
When did I say? I wish we could run the say back now. I wish we could. I never said.
Just said it. Jules, you are witness to. Didn't he just say
no,
that?
he is not. Jules, do not commit perjury. That's a felony.
I heard
I know officers. I know police.
I heard the word bust.
Exactly. You heard bust, but you did not hear me put the words together of he will be a bust. I said he could bust in the context of of training camp in that little window.
You said he will, or he could in training camp. How can somebody be a bust in training camp?
Well, hold on, Court. You see what just happened? This man acknowledged that he was wrong about holding me. See that right there? I ain't got to say nothing else. So if we established that Arthur Dunn misquoted me here, then how can we believe in this theoretical. I said this before, and he adjusted my. He adjusted me with no videotape.
Were used in the same.
I'll rest my case. Take him away, Judge.
You're
Baylor.
still wrong.
Well, right. Let's tackle the roster number very far. 4 tight ends being taken. You're gonna take who first? Dalton, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna take the guy they got from New Orleans, right?
Monroe.
And Foster.
Got to get him. You're gonna have to carry
Brevin.
Marvin Klein.
Marlon Klein over Brevin Jordan. Everybody is banking on Brevin Jordan, and you want to talk about injuries, and Brevin Jordan hasn't been healthy in 3 years.
Who said injury? I said that because he's a vet who knows the system. That's all I said.
He didn't play last year.
He didn't even play.
No.
So we're saying you need to play to know a system? I get the nuances. I get on field of it, but
okay. I love you, Clayton. The 12 guys, 11 guys who played all last season didn't know the goddamn system. So a guy who didn't even play in the system, how you gonna know the system? No one knows the system because it was a freshly made system that grew out of nothing to be what it is now, and that's why all Texas fans who can't stand CJ is mad because he didn't play correctly. There was no structure season. There was nothing there besides the poof and magic.
So I hear what you're saying. I'm not going to discount that. What I'm saying is, however you want to semanticalize it or how to phrase it, Brevin has been here for years. He has shown himself to be some type of some type of presence in the passing game. I'm not saying he's George Kittle. I'm saying he's been in the building. He knows CJ. CJ knows him. He's been there before. He's had that one playoff moment. That one. Not saying that end all be all.
It's the only moment he's ever had.
Hey, Judge. Abuse. Objection.
Look. No, pause. I'm tired of this Brevin Jordan hype. I'm tired of it because
let's get to the truth.
People have sat up here and just spewed out nonsense after nonsense after nonsense about Brevin Jordan, all for hope and prayer that he becomes something that they hoped and prayed he would have become 8 years ago. Whenever he got drafted, ever long, because it feels like 8 years ago when he was on the roster. He got drafted with Davis Mills. Davis Mills is going in what, year 6, 7? Yeah, 6 or 7, whatever it is. Like, he's been here forever, and you can't sit up here and tell me they've said he's a great blocker.
He's not.
I know, but it's been lies said he's a great blocker. He's the fastest tight end that the Texans have ever had. Some BS like that. They've said all this and that, and just Brevin Jordan is amazing, and this and that. Brevin Jordan has been hurt every year he's been a Houston Texan. There's not been a season he has not been hurt. Brevin Jordan has one play, and I hate football fans in general. All you have to do as an NFL player is show one glimpse of any kind of talent or any kind of anything, and people will ride that off to the sunset. That's all Brevin Jordan has is that one shining moment. You know that commercial, that one shining moment commercial? That is Brevin Jordan in his whole career. He has one shining moment in a blowout playoff game against the Cleveland Browns. And he has done absolutely nothing since.
On a broken defensive play.
It wasn't a blowout. It wasn't a blowout moment.
On missed tackle.
So you're not gonna get I'm not gonna get lost in the weeds on this. I'm gonna stay macro. This is the same Texans franchise who just played a broken down Nick Chubb for 10 whole NFL weeks.
Because there's nobody else.
There was nobody else.
No. Hey. I'm just saying. Okay. Then you had the same team that played Christian Kirk, who had an abysmal regular season. And I say that because I was the guy pounding the table for Jalen Noel all season long, regardless of why he couldn't play or why he did play, whatever the case may be. I was a Jalen Noel guy. You said
I got a
We can
question.
run this tape back.
I got a question.
I got you. We'll
What
get there.
what did
Hold on.
Christian Kirk do in that playoff game
Hey,
against
we're
the
not talking
Pittsburgh
playoff.
Steelers?
Nope, we're not talking playoff. We're talking regular season.
But they didn't bring him in. They didn't bring him in for the regular season. They brought him in for the playoffs.
Nope. He had a. I'm talking regular season because in respect, I'm not trying to be.
So we can talk about the playoffs with Brevin Jordan, but we can only talk about the regular season for Christian Kirk.
No, I brought that as a reference. I didn't say that was. I literally said it's not
the
end all
we're
be
doing
all.
apples to apples, though.
No, I'm not. No,
So
I'm not. I'm saying no.
You
I'm
don't
saying
want to
the
do apples.
apple.
You don't want to do a fair comparison.
No, I'm comparing the franchises. No, I'm comparing the franchises' methodologies. It's not about the players. I'm talking about the ideology and the methodology bars of the Texans themselves. They have shown you, especially in this offense or whatever, not even offense, whatever, how to do things. They will prioritize vets who are not as productive over certain young guys. Christian Kirk, Nick Chubb, the list goes on, right? Even if, okay, I'll concede that at running back, you didn't have that many more options. That's fine. But at receiver, you mean to tell me for the regular season, you couldn't grab almost any wide receiver in that room and put up similar numbers for that? That's all I'm saying. The Texans themselves have showed you that they are willing, if it depends on the situation, to prioritize a vet presence who they trust, at least with a knowledge of the game of football at the NFL level, over the young guy who just got in. That's all I'm saying. And that's independent of the players. That's just how they've done things.
At the end of the day, Brevin Jordan has been on this roster for 6 seasons because one, he's cheap.
Thank you, Brandon.
He's cheap. That's it.
Hey, but that wasn't we never talked about money. We're talking president of the team. Precedent.
Noah Brown could have put up those numbers.
Okay.
Noah Brown would have blown those numbers out of the water. Noah Brown had a career season here.
Let's get back to the conversation about the 53 roster. Let's get back to that. So you saying, because everybody keeps saying you're not gonna carry 4. Why not 4? What is your argument for not carrying 4?
Who's arguing they're not carrying
4? You the one that was your original statement that they carried 3.
Yeah. And after that we spoke and I updated and I said,
we want to know why did you start with 3?
I already told you, specific to who was the 4th one going to be. That was my specific point. It was the who. It wasn't the what. It was the who and the circumstances by which I could have had him off.
So you didn't pick 4 because this is the thing. If let's just say it was somebody else, right? Let's just say they brought in another tight end. Right. You would have had 4 tight ends because you wanted to keep Brevin Jordan.
Well, okay. So to add to why, no. I'm answering your question. The other reason why it wasn't just who had tight end. We also had the numbers argument, which was okay on the offensive side of the ball. And this one you filled in the gap for me. Thank you for that. When looking at the numbers, I'm like, okay, well, I got to pick from somewhere because we got 10 linemen on this thing. We got this many running backs. So I got to kind of take from somewhere on top of that of what I already said about Marlon Klein. So yeah, by process of elimination, I had this many guys for O-line, running back, QB, all the stuff. I said, all right, I got to pull from somewhere. And then, yes, we spoke and we both looked at the graphic from last season, which showed that they had one less O-lineman. So I said, okay, cool. Well, with this number differential, that makes me more willing to take chances and update it to best meet the numbers. So that was definitely a part of it. But again, I'm a stand on the fact of what I originally said, combined with giving you credit for bringing up the fact that last year they had more offensive players on the offensive side of the ball than I did because I was ignorant of their number totals. So all that matters. Where's the doom doom?
No.
Okay. So I can do.
All right. So hey, for my second situation, they're gonna court. I think they're gonna carry 4 tight ends.
Yes.
And I think Stover is the one that's gonna be not be the tight end.
If Stover makes the roster, it'll be as a fullback.
Right.
That means you're gonna lose. That means you're gonna lose British Brooks.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of that as well. Because that's something that we're gonna talk about it later at the end of the show.
That's gonna be that's my next story. Yep. British Brooks.
And here go Killer Cow, Lord Jesus.
So
Killer Cal, the doggone argument wasn't that Brevin Jordan would not make the roster. That's not the argument at all. The argument is that Clayton doesn't feel like Marlon Klein should be on the roster, period.
Oh, and he's still putting words. Okay.
That is the argument
You
at
know what
hand.
this is, Jules? You know what this is? I don't know if you're a fan of Daredevil or any of his properties, sir, but there's a series called Daredevil Born Again, right? And there in the series, sir, there was a court, a kangaroo court, as it's called, when you just be making up stuff. And so what happened was Kingpin made this court to catch vigilantes. That's what it was. It was a front. It was not a house of justice. It was a house of discrimination where he was judge, jury, and executioner. Jules, I present to you, sir, this is the same thing. This is a kangaroo court. This is to disperse my character. See, AD, he's out to prove a point. He's not out for justice. He's not out for the American way. Okay? He's out for blood, my blood, the blood that we share after July 4th. Shame. And America just celebrated 250 years. Shame.
Hey, you better believe it. You better believe it. Hey, and that's the whole point, is that Brevin Jordan has to catch the slander because
of you.
No,
Is that sound still going on?
huh?
Is that me? I keep hearing the sound. The Law and Order sound.
It's you, brother.
Okay.
Because you hear the sounds of justice. That's why. You hear the sounds of justice ringing in your ear.
I just played it. Yeah.
Thank you, Cal. Thank you, Cal. Appreciate you. Thank you. He is going to be here. Listen, I'll bet you a brisket sandwich. He will be here.
From what, Bucky's? That little $9 sandwich.
No, man.
That $9 Bucky sandwich.
No, we'll go to a nice barbecue spot. We got one right up the street. Get you a nice brisket sandwich.
Here go British Brooks.
Third arm.
If British
third.
Cal, I want you to put a thigh wow on that, Cal.
Third.
I need you to put a thigh wow on British Brooks being the third running back.
Now see, Cal, I was with you because I misread that number. I thought you just had him on to make it the depth chart. I didn't see the 3. I can't rock with you, dog. Noah Whittington? Yeah, sure. British Brooks? No. Hey.
I mean, so we're saying that. So Killer Cow is saying that he's gonna beat out Jawar Jordan too, right? And Noah Willington.
Well, see, okay, you know what? Since we're talking, I'm sorry, dude. I'm not trying to disrespect you. It just came to my mind. I'm sorry, sir. Real quick, I'm sorry. I'll say this. And look, I love Jawar. I rooted for him since he got drafted. You know, like
they're gonna fight me.
I feel like the way that AD feels about Brevin Jordan, save for the just blatant slander, I feel like that's the same thing that people are with Jawar Jordan. And that's with as much respect as I can give. He had the one pop game of 100 yards. And granted, it was great because he gave us the only 100-yard rusher of the season. I like Jawar Jordan. Please understand that when I say that. Okay. But we act like this man went on a run. We act like he's just been this secret weapon. Like the way well, no, because the two players play different positions. Like they do different things. Like don't
get sidetracked. Keep.
Oh, okay. You're right. But no, you're right. But Jules got that. But no. So the reason why I say this is because the way that AD feels about Brevin Jordan is how I feel about the whole Jawar thing. It's less about him and more about why are we acting like we're defending Derrick Henry. Like what are we doing? Like, okay, Jawar had a great one game after being on the practice squad since he's been here. And we're gonna act like he's Saquon Barkley. No disrespect, but like you just said, Eddie, Jawar Jordan has to now get some slander here because how y'all act like he's this immovable rock from RB3. When RB3 is not like this, it could be a game-changing position if you do it correctly. But I'm looking at a guy in Noah who I just think is a better scheme fit, the more physical runner. Okay, Jawar Jordan is more like a Joe Mixon. Zone kind of run scheme guy, can put the foot in the ground. He's quick, small, scat back, all this stuff. But with what Nick Haley wants to do, I just feel like Noah Whittington is a better fit. Yes, he's shorter, but he weighs more. Okay, built like a bowling ball, can break tackles better, most likely has some burst, can catch the ball like Jawar. So that I don't want to get too lost in the weeds on that because we're not talking about that. But like, we're not gonna act like Jawar Jordan is like Saquon Barkley
or Emmitt Smith or Barry Sanders. Like he just can't be moved. Like I don't know what we're doing there. So if you have that kind of energy for Brevin, then hey,
you like the reference. Hold on, Jules. Just like a tree that's planted by the water. Just like a tree that's planted by the water.
He should not be moved.
He shall not be moved.
Listen, Jordan gets a special hype pound back because he's taking the place of Dare. He's taking the place of Dare. He showed enough that he can be better than Dare. To that, all like man to give him a half a star above me. So I'm cool with Jordan. I am cool with Jordan.
It's a coin flip to me. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying no, is that better. I'm saying it's a coin flip.
It's not, he's a better talent than
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. I thought you said Dari. I thought Woody was kind of that. Save for the kicking field goals. Like third down receiving back out of the backfield.
I need y'all to put some more respect on Woody. If Woody
I am.
No, y'all not.
No,
y'all are downgrading Woody Marks.
Yes.
How? I said Woody, he can be both RB2 and 3 with his skill set.
Listen, if Woody had half a block better, and every game he plays, he gets 100 yards almost every game. I think he's probably the most hit running back behind the line of scrimmage all last year. Y'all want this man to be a superstar player.
Well, Cal is cooking.
With an old line that couldn't block for nothing. What are we talking about?
Hold on. Cal
is cooking.
Hold on. I got you, Jules. Cal, Brevin had one moment. Hold on. Brevin had one moment. Jordan had a whole game.
A regular season game against the Arizona Cardinals.
A game versus a moment is two different things.
And let me pick back on that one. One controls his own destiny by not being injured and running routes and blocking well. One depends on a horrible old line to block from. Let's not go there.
Sure. Oh, look, no, Jules, I agree. Like on Woody Marks, no, he should have been 1,000-yard rusher. If you project the numbers out, basically, to my earlier point, if Nick Chubb stopped getting most of the touches earlier in the season, Woody Marks easily would have been a low 1,000-yard running back, I believe. That's not glazing. By the numbers, he should have been that. And the fact that his stats took a hit in year one because they just wouldn't move off Chubb and acknowledge he just didn't have it, with all due respect. Like, so I agree. Like he's fringe low end RB1, but really solid to great RB2. And again, I'm giving him respect because when I say he could be Dare, I'm saying he's so great. He could absorb Dare's skill set, even at RB2. That's no disrespect to Dare. It sounds like it, but it's not. Like, again, to say that we're going to give Jawar Jordan, no. Like to say that we're going to just give Jawar Jordan 3 and to say he's just replacing Dare, no. Like, no.
You know what? What I hate about this conversation? It makes me want the Texans to re-sign Dare Ogunbowale. Just so we can put an end to the British Brooks and the Jawar Jordan and Noah Whittington conversation.
Man,
just so we can do it.
I love Texas fans. I do. When y'all got a player that y'all love, y'all would bend earth to find a reason to keep these players. Jordan has been in the league for damn near 9 years. And you talking about Jawar Jordan been in the league for 2 years, but you want to keep giving Jordan all the opposite in the world. And he had one broken play in the playoffs and been hurt half the time he's been ill.
Thank you. See, Jules, you know what I respect about you, bro? You may not always agree with me, but you objective. See, you'll talk to anybody about whatever, because that's just
you don't see the field. Brevin Jordan didn't see the field, and he got injured.
Hey, listen.
Where did Brevin Jordan get it? Brevin Jordan got injured walking to the practice field.
And they signed him. They signed him when he was going to rehab.
To an extension.
He still didn't see the field.
Exactly. And you both see what I'm saying. When my focus is the methodology of the franchise, I'm separating that from my feelings on the players. I'm looking at how the franchise acts as I'm making
and Clayton, since you want to operate how the franchise acts, name me the last time the Texans cut a second round pick or put a second round pick on pup or practice squad their rookie year.
I mean, if the situation
No,
presents
no,
itself,
no, 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 no. Don't try to go around the merry-go-round and marry in the bush. Go ahead and tell me, since you're the historian, name me that.
well, it doesn't generally happen. If all things considered, you
When
get
has
the
it
higher
ever
you,
happened?
the higher you're drafted, they will force. I'm agreeing with you. The higher you're drafted, the more likely it is you're going to have as many chances as possible, even if you're sorry. We just went through the Kenyon Green situation, so we know. Huh?
Now you saying that even if he's sorry, so you're trying to say he's sorry.
No, I'm saying
no. You don't no. You don't even use that terminology because you don't know.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
No. I said you shouldn't. Let me say that.
Oh, I shouldn't use. Oh, okay, sure. I'm agreeing with you in saying if you're a high draft pick, they will give you as many chances as possible. Look at oh my goodness, Jamarcus Russell. They gave him so many chances. They gave this man a blank CD just to see if he'd study film, and he lied after being boo boo.
That was his rookie year, though, bro.
Hey.
That was his rookie year. That wasn't even.
But if that was a practice squad or like a 7-rounder undrafted, somebody who's not a first overall pick, they getting cut.
We're not having this conversation about Brandon Jordan being vital to this team because we like him. We're not having that conversation, right? I know Killer Cow is not having this conversation. That you're gonna bend Earth like you Avatar. To keep Ben Jordan on this roster.
Agreed.
Nah.
Okay. But he's supposed to play the sound, man. Jules made a great point. He's supposed to do.
No. Look.
Dang, disrespect. Play this man music.
Look, man, we going on to the next one. We're going on to the next topic, man.
Nice.
We're going on to the next topic, and the next topic is about you, Clayton.
And of course.
Is saying that CJ Stroud will not be in the NFL top 100.
And see, with this one, I'm glad you said that. With this one, you can actually read exactly what I said. I'm so happy. Here you go. Shout out at Beltway Boys. He's solid. I said, quote, at Beltway Boys and I both agree. If Brock Purdy's appearance on at 85 on the NFL's top 100 list is any indicator, CJ Stroud may end up missing out entirely for the first time since he debuted at 20th ahead of the 2024 season. End quote. I'm so glad you tried to quote me. Okay. See, I see if you know this by now, I somewhat seem to try to hedge. I try to be objective. I try not to be like a Star Wars.
You try to be a hater.
I'm not being a hater, sir. And the reason why I say this, again, precedent. And here's why. There's a man in Dak Prescott who I've already made connections between Stroud and Dak's trajectory before that people were trying to say, right? So here we go, right here. So if we're talking about how can CJ Stroud fall off? He was at 20, then 39. He just had one year. Bryce Young made it, and then all this stuff. Dak Prescott had an elite rookie season, 13-3, went to the playoffs and lost to Mason Crosby, right? The next season, he missed the next season. He had, let me go to the stats real quick. Rookie year, he had 3,667 yards, 23 TDs, 4 picks, debuted at 14th overall on that next year's top 100, right? After that, 2017, 3,324 yards, only 300 yards less, 22 TDs, only 1 TD less, and then, of course, 13 interceptions. The interception totals went up, right? What happened? Did he have the real estate? I think at 14th overall, I would think you have, 86 spots worth of real estate to stay on and hang on? No.
So what Clayton is?
No.
I'm not letting you get it off. What Clayton is not explaining is that this is the same season.
They went 9-7, still a winning record.
This is the same season that you had. What is it? 1, 2. You had damn near 10 quarterbacks have over 4,000 yards passing, and 2 or 3 of them had 5,000 yards passing.
Ain't my problem, because we're talking about
Kirk Cousins throw for 4,300 yards. You had Derek Carr
Did
throw for
Dak
40,
Prescott miss
4,100
on the
yards. You had
list?
Phillip Rivers throw for 4,300 yards. You
Did
had
Dak
Deshaun
did
Watson throw for
he won't answer the
4,200 yards.
question?
You had Jared Goff throw for 4,700 yards. You had Matt Ryan throw for 5,000 yards. You had Ben Roethlisberger throw for 5,000 yards. You had Russell Wilson, Aaron Rodgers throw for 4,500 yards. Drew Brees throw for 4,000 yards. Tom Brady throw for 4,400 yards. What are we talking about?
This. So are you telling me that 100 quarterbacks made the list? Oh no, it's the top 100 players, right? So that means even with those guys being there, you tell me that Dak Prescott, who just had an elite Hall of Fame rookie year, was the toast of the town. He was that dude, replaced Tony Romo. He was, the shooting star. And the fact that he goes from 14th to slide 86 spots, even with all those things being there. My point, sir, is not about what everybody else
You
did.
celebrated the 4th of July, Killer Cal? Good
Hey,
job.
listen, it's not, my point was never, and just like with CJ, my crux of my argument is not about all these other guys. I'm looking at the precedent. Dak Prescott, who a lot of people right now believe
that's not
is
a precedent. That's an anomaly.
Yes, it is. No, yes, it is.
That's an anomaly.
Dak went from 14th overall.
That's an anomaly.
Hey, that's okay. It becomes a pattern if it happens more than once. Dak Prescott went from, he went from 14th and slid 86 spots. That's a lot of real estate to lose. Again, mind you, at a season where the Cowboys still finished 2 games above 500. They finished second in their division. He finished with only 300 less yards.
Did they make the playoffs?
Only one TD less than what they did last year.
Did they make the playoffs?
It's not a top 100 is not a team award. It's an individual stat that may influence team wins and losses. Nick Wright said on national television, wins are not a QB stat, right? So I'm just saying. So all I'm saying is the precedent has been set. Dak Prescott went from a higher spot than CJ, if we're talking about it, 6 spots higher, and finished with stats almost identical, negligible almost. And he slid 86 something spots off the list. And you mean to tell me that there's no shot that CJ misses? I'm not saying he does. In my article, I said there are one of two things that are going to happen. Either A, he misses it, and that's even with Bryce at 90 something, or he makes it, and there's going to be a lot of controversy because a lot of people believe, yes, based off of those 2 bad games, not the whole season, because we know how people think irrationally, recency bias, they're going to take those last 2 and say, you know what? He shouldn't make the list. Mind you, after he already slid 19 spots year over year from 24 to 25, from 20 to 39. So he was already slipping even without the disastrous, ending of last season, right? So that's all I'm saying is the precedent is there. The evidence is presented right there. It's happened before. It can happen again. So when I saw Brock Purdy 85,
you want it to happen.
So here, can I make my point quick?
Because we know how petty sports talk is. We know how petty certain things can be. We understand how this works.
So if we're talking about his stats alone from last year to this year, he had a better completion rating. He had a better. He was 1 touchdown less than the year before that, and he threw 4 interceptions less than he did last year. And his rating was better last year than it was the year before that. If he threw for 700 yards less this year. If you add 3 games to his thing, he throws about 212, 220. He'd have been the same way he was last year.
If you projected,
everyone keeps saying he had a worse statistical year when his 3 years has been very much same. And if you go to his advanced stats, the Texans offense actually was better this year than the year before when it comes to complete gameage and points line. And we know that a lot of points came from the world kicker from our kicker, but CJ and the rest of the offense put the kicker in position to get the game. So my last point is,
I'm sorry, I'm listening. I'm sorry.
This is players rankings, not fans, not media, not sports heads. I believe that players have a higher respect for CJ than everybody else have. And that's why they think that you think he falling off, to me, would be a huge stretch. Now, will he drop from where he was last year? I believe so. I think the players going to drop him a little bit. I don't think he's going to drop him out 100.
I think CJ, I'm sorry, were you done? I don't want to interrupt you.
I'm done.
I believe, and that's why I said my one of two scenarios. If he does make it, which is likely, it's a player's vote. Now, if it was media, then yeah, sure. I think there's a very good chance he's missing, and the Dak Prescott thing kicks in. But I think best case scenario, high 70s, low 80s. I mean, we're already at 81. Anything lower than that, you're definitely guaranteed to light some fires of some controversy because, again, as Texans fans, like he was already sliding from 24 to 25. And even though all those percentages are better, and we see the X account to talk about is EPA per this and on in breaking routes, all those cute stats are great. But we saw what we saw to end the season. Now, my one caveat is I don't know when the players vote. That was kind of my big thing. I don't know when the players vote on this. Like if the players voted before the playoffs, then like, okay, if the Nets null and void. If they vote,
They probably did.
Okay, so let's entertain those two scenarios. If the players voted before the playoffs, then sure, moot point all the way around. If they voted any time after the playoffs, then yes, definitely he's not finishing any lower than high 70s, low 80s.
But the players aren't taking into account that game and encompassing it into the whole season. Like their players are not the media. The media will take one game and embody that into the whole season.
Sure.
16 radio.
16
radio.
Oh yeah, that's yeah.
So again, and then I want to start off by saying this, saying that Brock Purdy, who only played 9 games and made it to 85, and let's be honest, if Brock Purdy played a whole season, Brock Purdy would not be
much higher. Much higher.
Brock Purdy would be probably top
MVP pace
30. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about the top 100 itself. He would be top 30, right? Period, right?
Top 20.
Top 30, top 20, right? So using that as a preference, saying just because Brock Purdy played 9 games and made it at 85 means that CJ Stroud could possibly not make the top 100 is foolish. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you can go in. Yeah, again, thank you, Big B. Say they submit their ballots before the playoffs. Okay. Houston Texans ended the season on a 10-game win streak.
And this is my point. This is not just for just a shot at you, Clay. This is a shot for everybody.
Shoot them, Jules. Shoot them. Bow.
Again, Corey, see that open bias.
Where is Justin Herbert going to be ranked at?
Probably top 30.
Why can we not put the same respect on CJ that everybody gives Justin Herbert, who has worst playoff seasons for 3 years?
I agree. 100%.
This is ridiculous to have this conversation when it comes to CJ Stroud. Justin Herbert is just a bigger issue when it comes to Chargers' playoff success as CJ is. It is ridiculous that we have the same. If he didn't throw 4 interceptions against the Texans the year before, they advance.
Thank you.
If he doesn't throw 3 interceptions against the other team he did years ago, when I think didn't Trevor Lawrence come back on the Chargers?
27-point choke lead. Yes, sir.
But no one ever makes. And I love Justin Herbert. I think he's a high qualified quarterback. This is no slander on Justin Herbert. I think he's a great talent.
You can slander him.
It's a great talent. But y'all don't put the same respect when he has the same issues. And this had 1 year issues. But y'all want to, people, not you, Clayton, want to slide CJ and make all these other questions when you have a precedent of a guy in the playoffs who explodes in the playoffs every year, but no one ever downplay his success or his talent level.
Well, they say that because Herbert's a stat machine. Like if you look at the year-over-year stats, like he's finishing in the 4,000, plus yardage every single year, 20, 30 touchdowns. So it's like I can see why a lot of people on the surface would say he looks the part, tall. Yeah, I hate to say it, but yeah, he's a prototypical, old school quarterback. Tall,
6'6", blonde hair, blue eyed, white boy,
gunning down the field. So we get it. Narratively, we firmly understand. Like, and plus he's a stat machine. It looks great on paper, but when Jules, to your point, and we agree. I will never. I said Justin Herbert has some of the best, if not the best, PR in professional sports. Forget the NFL, because I don't know how Justin Herbert keeps ending up on top 10 lists and the Chargers end up on top 5 lists when all they do is he is 0-3. Not even Trevor Trekker. Like he is 0-3 in the playoffs
One of
Bad
those
playoff
losses being
losses.
Big B said Herbert hasn't had 4,000 yards in 3 years,
hey,
buddy.
what did AD say? They will take a snapshot of what you did, your peak, and extrapolate that on and say, yep, that's just him. Right. So that's an example of what he's talking about. Like, again, people have seen it, you know. So I'm not justifying it. I'm saying that's exactly what happens. Jules is 100% right. Justin Herbert and the Chargers get an amount of glaze that you don't see outside of Shipley's and Dunkin' Donuts.
And
You
that's
could
what
have
I want
said
to
you could have
come
said
to.
Krispy Kreme if you want to talk about.
Oh, that's what I was trying to say. I just forgot. I just had to say one. Yeah, Krispy
But
Kreme, hot light on.
but will he fall out the top 100?
Take CJ snapshot.
It's highly
I
unlikely.
have. He slid from 20 to 39. That is a snap right there. By the players' own decision making. That is going off what the players have said.
Yeah, according to Clayton and doggone Killer Cal, Brevin Jordan will be top 100.
Sir, you gonna go to jail. All this perjury under oath. Kingpin. Perjury.
Bridge Brooks is a budding superstar running back.
Hey, Bridget Brooks made it at 101.
Listen, I guess that's Jawar Jordan for y'all. He's a top 5 running back. He's Emmitt Smith. Put a cold jacket on him. He gonna solid. Give him a bus right now.
I say Jordan is RB3, RB4.
Man, all I hear is RBs. We have the meats.
That's all I'm saying.
Hey man, you gotta chill out with Jules and that meat, man, because those are the meat market so crazy.
Yes, I am a meat Martin fiend. Yes, I am.
So at the end of the day, the court has decided that Clayton is guilty on all charges.
The court, you.
The court has decided that Clayton has been proven guilty on all
that's crazy
charges.
That's
Blasphemy,
crazy.
negligence,
negligence,
and providing misinformation.
Whoa.
CJ has 5 lists. What was it? He said 5 lists passing TDs in Herbert, but he missed 3 games.
People listen. The thing that's going to hurt CJ in any narrative is that people saw how prolific the defense is. I'll only offer Jules a little tiny bit of pushback in that the offense was better built to dominate time of possession. That is true, but they left a lot of meat on the bone. The defense is literally the reason why they finished as a top 13 scoring offense. Okay,
Jules, you riding with Clayton?
No, I would say hung jury. I listen.
I got you, Cal. I got you, Cal.
So for me, it's just that people are going to look at that defense. It will be a disservice to sit there and act like anything other than that prolific defense was the engine for that 9-game eventual 10-game winning streak. To say that the offense did it, the offense got you 0-3 to start the year. The offense didn't get you a red zone touchdown until week 5. The offense was beat down and busted looking. You had one beat down and busted looking. Why?
Why was that, Clayton?
Hold on.
A mixture of things.
The Seattle offense beat the Texans defense soundly. They played
in spots. In spots.
They beat them soundly. Let's give the defense, the defending Super Bowl champs, the legit reason they beat us in all 3 phases of the game.
Yes, and I agree. That was one game, and I'll agree. When that happened, the Seahawks were the team most soundly who beat the defense up. Outside of that, you will not tell anybody that defense was a tail rider, coattail, backseat driver. That defense drugged this team kicking and screaming to the playoffs. You know it, and I know it. Against the Chargers, against the Chargers, they pulled our belt against everybody. The offense exploded in points, yes, but it was inconsistent at times. Like Jules said, you were piecing it together, figuring things out. No one's saying the offense was a complete disaster. But that's different than saying that the offense is why you went on this win streak. No, the heck is not.
Bro, Big B just said it. I need y'all to stop glazing over these Chargers, and they had a better offense than the Texans.
Yeah,
they had a better running back than the Texans. They had better receivers of their core than Texans. And arguably everybody think that Justin is a top 5 quarterback. So he's better than CJ. And on top of that, you have a national champion coach who's been to one Super Bowl with the 49ers, who's been successful everywhere he's get as an offensive minded coach on offense. And we gave CJ a rookie OC.
Mm-hmm.
So
All these things that we talk about, we give CJ. I'm a CJ fan. I'm done. Y'all
so
gonna make me
look,
go through this
Jules.
situation.
At the end of the day, the court has already, ruled in the favor of us.
AD has ruled. Ain't no court. Ain't no court.
And Killer Cal, just to mark the note that since you riding with Clayton, you agree that CJ Stroud will not be in the top 100 of the the NFL top 100, and you also agree that Marlon Klein
All
should not
starters.
make the 53-man roster. So I'm marking you down since you riding with Clayton, Killer Cal.
Insane.
Oh,
That's
that is what
insane.
you're riding with.
Jules,
Okay.
what you're witnessing is that police officer who pulls you over for a busted traffic light, only to then plant some substances on you.
If you riding with Clayton, that's what you're saying, brother.
Nah.
Ain't
You know what AD just said to
nuance
me?
to it.
You know what AD just said to me? AD just said, "Hey, sir, how you doing? I don't see you around this neighborhood too
License
often."
and registration, sir.
Not even that. Even that'd be too nice. You said, "Hey, this is a nice neighborhood. I don't see you in it. Step out of the car, sir." I got to put you in cuffs just to make sure that I'm safe. I fear for my life. Oh, he got a gun. That's what just happened. Y'all saw it.
Clayton, I'm gonna give you a couple points off because you're wearing sunglasses in the house and they got colors over there. I don't know what. So you already walked through the fight. Point strike against you.
Hey, listen, hold up. Daredevil, he wears shades all the time
because he
to
blind.
make y'all believe he can't fight.
But he blind.
Hey,
you blind?
I'm blind to injustice.
Blind to injustice.
Exactly. AD has on police officer glasses. AD got on those 2 years to retirement glasses. You right. I'm trying to get my pension. You sure right. Yep. Yep. Shame trial. Shame. And then the court came after the jury members. So basically, I forget his name, but basically you Denzel from Training Day. Like, oh, I see. I'm putting Katen on all y'all. I'll run this. King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
I remember by his name, Alonzo.
Alonzo, there you go. You Lonzo. That's it. You Lonzo.
Alonzo.
Hey, same thing. Alonzo, AD, potato. Injustice tastes the same.
No, that's
putting cases on all y'all.
Look, at the end of the day, Brandon, I like that the Texans have 9 games versus bottom 12 defenses next year and 4 games versus bottom 5 defenses last year. Both the regular season games they played bottom 9 defense. They scored.
You guys get 40. I think you tried to say 40.
40 plus. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they ate when they could have. Yeah, that's it. The offense ate when they should, which is encouraging. The same offense that D'Amico said couldn't snap a football in practice, they went out and did that. So I'm encouraged by what they could be, but facts are facts about what we saw. That defense was why you made it anywhere. That defense is why you overcame a 19-point deficit in the fourth quarter against the Jacksonville Jaguars. That defense, it stopped so many goal line offensive situations because Aziz got a pick or a scoop and score, something like that happened. I don't know what else. The defense catapulted you to a 13th ranked scoring offense because you ate off of their plate. They put you in position to score. That's why you dropped 5 spots in total offense. But like you said, I'm in jail, so come on.
You in jail? Yeah, you locked up like Akon.
Where's the cup?
Look, there's some things that there's some things that we can talk about next week that I talked about with Killer Cal, and it's addressing that bottom of the roster crap. Like stop having hope for the I understand the underdog story is a great story that everybody wants to ride on and ride with, but we got to get over this underdog story, man. Let's get over this.
Court, I'm in jail, but oh my goodness, then that means Jawar shouldn't have a spot according to you. He is the underdog.
You
I'm
act
done.
like you act like
done.
I care if Jawad makes this roster or not.
Oh,
Rest-
no, you don't even care. He
The
go,
only person,
oh
look,
no.
rest in peace, Chris Royal. That was his guy.
That was
That was Chris Royal's guy. That was C. Royal's guy.
That's a shame.
That ain't Jawad Jordan. That ain't my, hey.
Jules, that's what AD does, bro. When you serve his purposes, he just washes his hands of you.
I'm not what. Hey.
Off to the side.
Don't do that. Nah, but look, we will talk about that on the next episode. We already been running an hour. Look, appreciate everybody joining us and watching. The conviction of Clayton Anderson, and he's gonna serve his sentence. Where he can't talk about any blasphemy about C.J. Stroud for the foreseeable future, and that he has to acknowledge Marlon Klein going forward. So that is his punishment. But yes, Clayton Anderson has been convicted on all charges, and the court has ruled in the favor of the plaintiff.
Who was the plaintiff?
You're the defendant.
AD Incorporated. Right. Who was the plaintiff? AD Incorporated? AD LLC?
The H-Town Rundown and Houston Texan fans.
We're gonna talk about this the Tally and McDonald conversation pretty soon.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that.
You might see a lot of Jones and McDonald.
Yeah, I can see that as well.
Mm-hmm.
What did he say? Sentence rewatching Stroud versus Corn Davis tape.
He got him last year, but his rookie year he got Davis pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we will see, man. But appreciate everybody jumping on for another episode of the H-Town Rundown. We will see y'all. Look at you watching soccer. We will see y'all on the next episode, and we appreciate y'all. Hope everybody is enjoying their summer vacation. Unlike others, we have to go to work. Me and Jules have to go to work. Sitting at home.
I've spent 9 months raising other people's kids. You darn right. So I'm gonna sit here. I
don't get tired. I don't get tired.
Raising other people's kids.
You raising other people's kids. I'm trying to manage their daddies. I don't get no summer break, sir.
Hey.
Ain't no break, man.
The apple don't fall from a tree.
Hey, you have fun with that tree. I'll deal with the apples. You got it.
Again, man, appreciate everybody for joining in. Shout out to Clayton, shout out to Jules. It's your boy AD signing off for another episode of the H-Town Rundown, and we'll see y'all when we see y'all, man. Peace.